students, in the last class we had gone through what is COAP, and today we will be going through what are COAP communications, and we will just see an example. Okay, so COAP communications in IoT infrastructures, it can take various paths. Also the connections can be between between a same device or the constrained networks, or between the device or a different generic cloud servers. So anything is possible, but the thing is that all the servers networks should be operating over internet protocol, that is IP. They also define the proxy mechanisms. If you can see here, there is something called as proxy. So they follow proxy mechanisms. Proxy provides an object that acts as a substitute for a service by a client. For example, it receives client request, does the particular task, work like for example caching, access control, and then pass that request to the service object. So this is the work of this proxy. Then, and since HTTP and COAP both are IP based protocols, the proxy function can be located anywhere in the network. So not only between the borders, or they are not placed only at the borders, they can be placed anywhere in the particular network. And the URI, that is Uniform Resource Identifier, localized on the server, identifies the resources. So the COAP communications are based on request and response mechanisms, and it includes get, put, post and delete methods. So let us go through one example. So if you can see here, they have given one example, that is COAP reliable transmission. So as you all know, COAP offers a reliable transmission when header is marked confirmable, and it also supports congestion control mechanisms like default timeout, simple stop and simple wait, all this. And detection of duplicate messages is done through message IP, or message ID. So if a request or response is confirmable, so if you send a message, request or a response, and if it is confirmable, the recipient will either acknowledge it or reject the message using same message ID. And so if the recipient can't process the non-confirmable messages, then a reset message is set over here. So if you can see here, the client, the COP is the client, whereas the temperature sensor is the server. Okay, so the communication between the client and this server uses a COAP message ID of 0 into 47. If you can see here, there is something in the bracket written 0 into 47. So that is the message ID. Okay, while communicating between client and server, they are using this particular ID. So client sends a get message to get temperature reading from the sensor, and it is marked as confirmable, which indicates that the message will be transmitted until the recipient sends an acknowledgement with the same message ID. Okay, so if a client requests for a get message, then if unless and until the acknowledgement is sent, it will not be confirmable. Okay, so it has to send the message, that is 0 into 47, same, it should send an acknowledgement with the same message ID, then only it is confirmable. Then the temperature sensor will reply with acknowledge message referencing the correct message ID of 0 into 47. See here, you can see one is CON, that is confirmable, and next is acknowledgement. This is how the communication is possible in COAP. Thank you.